do you ever look back and think the world of gaming has just changed? Because clearly it has, and often we think it's for the worse, but sometimes it's actually for the better. I know this might come as a shock, but take World Grand Prix. Here's a game which, if released today, would just be laughed all the way back to the developers. It's not that it's inherently bad, it's just there's very little to the main game. It's like those LCD toys where you could jump left and right to dodge obstacles. Nothing really happened. Your score went up and you kept playing. Sometimes you'd die and start again. But the point is, we played this stuff. We played the living hell out of it. For hours. Even games today can't grip me for that long. But they are clearly better. So I'll lay some of the blame at the doors of youth. Some at this magical new digital world we had. But the rest, I don't know. I mean, I genuinely enjoyed playing games like World Grand Prix. Time passed, but in a smoother fashion. My brain was engaged in a pleasurable activity. Yet on the face of it, there looks to be more pleasure in a tin of baked beans. Developed and published by Sega and released in 1986, this was one of the early Master System games available on the Mega cartridge. And redeemably, the tessellated box doesn't try and lure us into false pretenses. Now, people often complain about the Western compared to Japanese box art, but I really quite like its brutal simplicity. It's really an updated version of the SG-1000 game, GP World, sharing many of the same ideas. There is zero connection to the real world of F1. Well, obscurely apart from the odd piece of advertising to real companies, but this definitely isn't a licensed game like Domark's 1993 F1 release, but that just kind of makes it more adorable. After selecting one of 12 countries, including the UK, with a seemingly never-ending Houses of Parliament, you can then master accelerating without wheel spin. There's no scoring system as we commonly know it, instead you're ranked by position depending on your time. The only AI involved in the other cars is how close they are to each other when blocking you, and that's dependent on one of 3 difficulty levels you select, and those cars can be incredibly infuriating, especially when collision detection is a little off. You do get a nice explosion to make up for it though. As the driver of a 2-speed F1 car, your task is to beat the target time to move on to the next round. There's only ever one lap, but beat the target time and you may earn some vehicle upgrades, including an engine. There's a certain level of skill you need to acquire here, and it's very well tuned. Skimming between other cars and the roadside banners is a blissful experience. Maybe I was too hard at this game from the outset, although losing is still a disappointment as you're jettisoned simply to the game over screen and have to start again. But what really kept me coming back to this game was the track editor. You can throw together whatever track you like and then race it. I mean, you're not doing much other than placing the same twists and turns here and there, but the joy of playing my own created track was fairly unique at the time. I'd only really experienced something similar with Locomotion on the Spectrum, where you have to guide a train to safety, but this was a very different game. This was faster than a train, and I was in control. I think that sums up the element of gaming which I've always enjoyed, the freedom. That's why games like Doom were more fun than shooters confined to rails like Creature Shock. That's why firing up the Doom level editor was the best thing since, well, Doom. And that's why, although gaming has changed, the core of it has mostly remained the same. The freedom, the escapism of the world you're entering into. So for that I say, good job World Grand Prix, and I'll award it a 6 out of 10.